Two protesting groups are rallying together from both sides of the political aisle under claims Malden leaders are limiting their ability to protest along a pedestrian bridge.
The walkway over I-385 has become a hub for activists, but their signs have created an issue for onlookers and for law enforcement agencies. Caitlin Ashbaugh joins us live in Malden. And Caitlin, what is the overall sentiment from the protesters that you've spoken to today?
Hey, Sydney, Nigel. Well, it's a bit of an interesting shift here, right? As you guys are mentioning, two protesting groups from opposing sides coming together with one claimed common goal, and that's protecting free speech and also defining what limits that constitutional right. Towering over I-385, protesters on all sides of the political spectrum crowd the Malden Gateway Bridge.
It's a pedestrian walkway and it's fenced in, right? There's no way anybody can get to us. We can't get to anybody else.
High visibility and ease of access gives groups an opportunity for exposure from commuters below.
This bridge in particular is a very important forum for both sides.
One group said they've received pushback because of the size of their signs, posing an alleged safety hazard to distracted drivers, causing damage to the wall, and taking up a public walkway.
We have not faced those obstacles as a group yet. Obviously, as things start to ramp up, that is a worry to us.
Those signs historically by other groups have been attached to the bridge. We don't do that. We're not allowed to do that. So we have to have self-supporting signs.
A spokesperson for the city of Malden tells us groups of 20 or more people are required to obtain a permit if they're planning to use any public trail, bridge, or property to demonstrate. And these signs claim you cannot affix any banner or sign to the fence walls. The group anticipates being given citations during an upcoming protest on Sunday, which they plan to contest in court.
Taking this one away won't silence us, but it could move us to even unsafer locations. This is a constitutionally protected First Amendment right, and we will fight to make sure that those rights are upheld to the fullest extent.
To allow us to go back to the same requirements we had before. Have your signs, use free speech, don't attach anything to the bridge, allow traffic on the bridge just like we were doing in the past. We think this is a clear First Amendment right.
In Malden Police Department, they did release a statement earlier today, and they said from here on out, any sign that's larger than 4 square feet will not be allowed to be used on the bridge. Also, any signs are not allowed to be affixed, leaned against, or held up in a way that could damage the fence walls. They said that was a big reason for some of the concerns they were getting. They also tell us that they have issued warnings in the form of citations, in one case with a large banner, and another a verbal warning. They tell us that in the past few months, they've seen several of these concerns ramp up, and for that reason, they are beginning to amp up their enforcement. Reporting in Malden, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.